Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in once again to the Manny Hall Show. Man, I'm excited for this interview. We've been trying to get this planned for a while, right?
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
So we finally got it going, man. This dude, Quentin Pope. If you have not heard about him, you stop watching this video right now. Go over to Instagram, go over to Facebook, check him out. He's doing some amazing things across the city. And he got a voice on him too.
Man, listen, I try, bro. I try.
And God is good, man. So let's get this going. The Manny Hall Show. Quentin Pope. Peace. Please tell them your name and what you do.
My name is Quentin Pope Jordan, and I'm a singer here, man, and one of the artists, great artists in the city of Cleveland.
Hey, man, I love that. How long you been doing it?
Been singing all my life.
Okay.
Been doing background for a long time. I stepped out as a solo artist about 6 years ago.
Okay. What made you do that?
Honestly, man, I felt like, singing background for people was amazing, but, my dream was to be out as a solo artist.
Gotcha.
If my voice was just as good as the background, I knew that my voice would be just as good as the forefront.
For sure. For sure. So how long were you doing the background?
Background, man, has been probably 10 plus years, man.
Wow, okay.
I started off, man, in the 90s, well, the church choir, of course, like any other artist, I started off in the church choir, man, and that went from the church choir to the 93 FM youth choir under the direction of Dale Edwards, Tina Farmer, Janet Lynn Skinner, and the late Eric Wright.
Gotcha.
Then I went from that to the Singing Angels.
Gotcha. So what's the Singing Angels?
The Singing Angels is the world-renowned Singing Angels. It's like a community choir where different races.
Based out of Cleveland or somewhere else?
It's right here in the city of Cleveland.
Okay.
Started singing with them, toured with them a little bit across the state. So it was an amazing thing. And I sung background for a couple of other artists as well. Then the biggest one was just got done opening up for Marvin Sapp on Sunday, which was an honor. Which was amazing.
Nice.
So, man, I'm just like, doing like my 1-2, man.
Yeah.
So
it seems like you're enjoying it.
I absolutely love it, man. I believe in, like, do something that you love to do, man. And I love to sing. I love to travel. So I love it, man, all around.
Yeah, so for the people that are doing a lot of stuff that they don't enjoy, please talk to that aspect. Because,
don't enjoy. Wow.
Yeah.
Find something that you do enjoy.
Okay. Why is that so important, though, Quentin?
Because you find comfort in something that you love to do.
Okay.
A lot of times I find myself, like, if I get upset or if I get mean or something like of that matter, music is the only thing that really could calm me down. I can have a conversation with somebody. However, by me loving music,
Gotcha.
Music is what helps me calm down, and no matter what type of situation it's in.
I love it. So what's some of your favorite genres in music?
Wow. I listen to R&B.
Okay.
I listen to a little bit of rap. I listen to gospel. So gospel is my favorite, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of P.J. Morton and Marvin Sapp and the Clark sisters and different things, different artists of that caliber.
So when you saw Marvin Sapp, well, that was last week, right?
That was actually last Sunday.
Yes, so how was that meeting him for the first time, man? Really chopping it up.
Man, honestly, man, seeing Marvin Sapp on stage, man, it's like a lot of times we look at the famous people and think like we can't do what they do, but actually we can. It just takes footwork.
Okay.
It takes hard work and it takes determination. And if that's your dream, never give up on your dream. Never allow anybody to tell you that you can't dream.
No, let's be honest, Quentin, man. It is really, really hard for artists, period, to break through, especially gospel artists. Like, so what is it that you guys need to do, like, to really get out there?
Footwork.
Okay.
Put your footwork in. Stay prayerful.
Yeah.
Stay humble. Honestly, stay humble, man. A lot of people, it's not an overnight thing. It's not like I can sing and overnight I'm a star.
I get it.
No, you need to know how to handle the business aspects as well. Music, perfect your craft, man. Rehearsals. It takes a lot of footwork, man. And not even just that, man. Support other people. One thing my pastor told me was, shout out to Pastor Greg Jordan at Calvary Church. He said surround yourself with people that's better than you because that make you work hard.
And I love
that's true.
I love that.
Even with that, even when I seen Marvin Sapp on stage, it was just like I could do that as well. I was just standing on that platform before he even got on that platform.
Gotcha.
Ministering to the same people.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Standing on that platform, being able to minister to the people, man, it meant a whole lot. It was just on a whole other caliber. It's just like, okay, guess what? I could do like Marvin Sapp does, if not better.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
The only thing that makes us different is, guess what? Our names.
Yeah.
You know, and we're different people. However, we're singing the same music.
Yeah.
We're ministering to the same people.
Right.
So what makes us different in that way?
I love that. So, you know, you talked about the footwork, and really in a lot of respects, people got to put in the same amount of hard work and effort in other industries to break through. So how does that look from a practical standpoint for gospel artists like yourself?
As far as footwork?
Yeah.
Well, how it looks, it's like this. You can't, in order for people to follow you, they have to trust you. So I'm a big firm believer of that. And if people see you work hard, they'll have no problem investing into you. I know for me, I'm always, even if I'm not on program, you know, I'm supporting other artists in the city of Cleveland. And when people see, like, you know, somebody else supporting them, that means a lot. I can't tell you how many people that I've supported that I've looked out in the audience and seen, you know, that they came to support me. Yeah. Or, you know, that ties into being humble. Yeah. You know, you don't.
That's a huge aspect of this.
A very huge aspect. You have to be humble because you never know what that person that you're ministering to may need. They could be wanting to talk to you, ask you to pray for them, may want to tell you something. It means a lot to them. And just to get on a personal note, back in January, I lost my mom. And a little bit after that, you know, I had really no desire to sing. I didn't want to. I had to get my head together. Yeah. But I had to understand, like, my mom was like my biggest fan when I was singing. So once I got my head together, and it was like a trickle effect because I had probably at least 10 friends whose parents or somebody passed away right after that. Wow. And I was able to minister to them. And basically, man, you know, it's really about trust the process. You know, the scriptures say, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And that, to me, that means no matter what I go through, I yet have to trust the process. You know, God is not going to put.
And that process, man, is hard and challenging.
Absolutely.
It's not easy at all. And I think that people, you know, they see this formula like, okay, well, he did this, and I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to reach the same amount of success. But it's like, other than everybody's story being different, you also have to account for the fact that situations are going to happen too that you don't even plan for.
Absolutely.
Like your mom passed, which I'm very sorry to hear about, but it's just like that threw you.
Absolutely. Even with that, man, obstacles were designed for us to, you know, overcome. Because at the end of the day, we're overcomers no matter what. Yeah. And I had to understand, like, my mom was not given for me to have, but, you know, I was actually borrowing her, you know, for, 29 years, you know. So, do I miss her? Absolutely, I miss her. However, you know, I'm better as a person because everything that my parents instilled in me, I have to carry on, and I'm carrying on their legacy.
Gotcha. So what would you say was the biggest takeaway you got from your mom that you still hold on to this day?
Wow. The biggest takeaway. Good question. I can honestly say, man, from that was to remain humble. That no matter what goes on around you, stay focused. Yeah. I actually never would you ever have told me at the age of 29 that, you know, I would be burying my mother. You know, when as children we think our parents are going to be with us, you know, till we old and grandkids and all that stuff like that. But, you know, I never would have thought that I was going to sing at my mother's funeral. Wow. You know, but God gave me the strength, man, you know, to do that. Yeah. And no matter what situation you're in, I just yet have to trust the process.
Now, did that break you up, honestly, Quentin, like when you singing at your mom's funeral? Like, was it hard to continue as a psalmist during that time? I mean, like, with tears coming down your eye?
Honestly, really, not really.
Okay.
I'll say not really, man, because throughout my mom's sickness, I was able to minister to my mom throughout her sickness.
So you'd already kind of start preparing for this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But the funny thing is this: when my mom was diagnosed at stage 4 cancer. At stage 4 cancer 6 years ago. There's no stage 5 cancer. And this is where my faith had to kick in, because it's different when you sing about faith than your faith being tested when you're in a storm.
Yeah.
And you know, when my mom got diagnosed 6 years ago, they told us 6 years ago that, hey, you know, your mom has, you know, a person with this type of cancer has 6 to 8 months to live.
So she kept living on.
So she kept living.
Yeah.
Life and death is in the power of tongue.
For sure.
I never forget, man, I've never heard my mom really complain about her sickness or nothing like that. You know, if you would have talked to my mom, the only thing she would say, you know, is God is good. You know, life and death is in the power of tongue. So what you speak over your life, your body will start to align itself up to it. If you tell yourself, hey, I want to live, your body is going to align itself up to live. If you say I'm tired, your body is going to adjust to being tired.
I love it. I love it.
After those years, man, my mom kept living. She kept living like, you know, me and you. So when that time came, man, we didn't even know that my mom cancer even came back to at least 2 weeks before she passed.
Seriously?
2 weeks before she passed. And it wasn't even I'm in pain type of thing. My mom went into the hospital for something totally different, man. Yeah, she kind of sort of just went, you know, as far as she was sleeping a lot. Right. And we didn't find out, man, until like at least 2 weeks. And basically, she didn't even have the pain aspect because she slept. So one thing my mom taught me and my sister was that no matter what goes on around us, stay focused, stay humble, stay in the church, and continue to trust God. And that's what I take with me everywhere I go, from singing to work. I take that with me, and though He slayed me, you know, yet will I trust Him.
Yeah, I love that. So, no, what do you do full time?
Full time, I work for University Hospital.
Nice.
So I say I really do have 2 full-time jobs: singing and
I believe it.
Singing and working. When I'm at work, I'm working, singing, and doing some type of stuff like that. Yeah. But singing has really blessed me to be able to travel, to be able to share the stage with some of, you know, gospel industry's best. And I'm very humble and I'm very grateful for the opportunities that have been presented to me.
I get it. What was the dopest place that you ever traveled to sing?
The dopest place let's see, the dopest place, Miami. Okay. Miami was an amazing thing. It was for a gospel fest that they had down in Miami. The stage was right by the beach, and I'm big on networking. So when you get to meeting new people and sharing different ideas, that's an amazing thing.
For sure.
You meet somebody and they be like, oh man, if you change this will be able to work out. Or if you change this, oh man. But then you'd be surprised of how many people on social media, you know, watches your page, watches everything that you do that you don't even know.
And most of the time they're not even gonna say nothing.
They're not gonna say nothing. We're so used to our friends watching our Facebook and our Instagram. And I can't tell you how many times that I've been out and somebody say, hey man, that's Quentin or whatever. And I'm like, hey, I may not know you, but I'm gonna talk to you like I know you. And like the most meaningful thing for me is when people have come up to me like, hey man, I'm praying for you. I seen that you lost your mom, or even when my mom was living. Hey man, how your mom doing? We know how you feel about your mom, whatever, stuff like that. So that blesses me because someone told me something that I never ever thought about. They said, thank you for sharing your mom with us. And I never thought about it.
That's awesome.
At first, I was skeptical about putting my mom's testimony on when she first got sick. And a lot of people, you know, was like, you shouldn't do that. But then I had to understand, too, that there's people out here that's going through the exact same things. That, you know, that they don't have the family to pray for them, or they don't have the friends to pray for them. But in the scripture says, you know, the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So I had people out that knew my mom, you know, that I was praying for, and didn't know my mom, you know, that I was praying for. Man, I was getting inboxes and text messages from friends and, hey man, I see your mom in the hospital. Is it okay for us to go up and pray for her? You know, that meant a lot. That means so much to me, man. So,
and you know what's interesting is like during hard times, you know, people often highlight the fact that you find out who's not there for you.
Absolutely.
But then you also begin to find out who is there for you. And sometimes you're shocked by their involvement and participation. Like, I know I only we only really talk like once a month, if that. I ain't seen you in years, and you really care that much about me and my mama to really want to come up to the hospital to pray?
The thing is, man, I can honestly say, man, I had amazing support.
I love it.
I had amazing support, man. Even at my mom's homegoing celebration, man, the musicians and, you know, the singers that came out to support me. Yeah. And my family during that time was like great support, you know. For sure. And I can honestly say, man, Cleveland has some of the most dopest singers and musicians and poets and everything else, hands down. Right. So shout out to Cleveland for that.
For sure, for sure. So what's going on with the album?
Man, honestly, I'm just now able to get back into that habit of getting into the album, man. Okay. Shout out to the producer, Jay Haynes, who's actually going to be producing the project. So I'm most excited about it. I know people are like, hey, man, when is this coming out?
Yeah, when can we expect it? What's going on?
We're looking at October. We're shooting for October, man. We're shooting for October, man. Everything is good, stable, settled now. So we're most definitely shooting for October.
Okay. All right, any features? Is it going to be all by yourself?
Honestly, there's a song, man, that's going to be it's a contemporary song. A lot of people know me like to be able to worship, but it's something different, man. And just a little secret, it's going to be a gospel rap on there, a little gospel rap on the single. So expect it. It's going to be awesome.
I love it. I love it. So what are you thinking about? Because you know everybody's changing now, the amount of tracks on their album. So sometimes you're seeing 8 or 9. Sometimes you're seeing, like, Drake just put out one, I think he had like 25. Like, what are you thinking? Maybe 12, 13?
Honestly, man, we're gonna start off with the single.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with the single, man, and the EP probably, man, we're gonna do it probably EP, but that's probably.
I love it. That's dope. That's dope.
About 5, maybe 6 songs, man.
That's dope. That's good. That's a good number.
But I will say, you know, it took me a long time because you never want to be at a point whereas you rush the project. Yeah. You don't ever want to rush the project just to say I got something out, to say, oh, I got something out.
Why shouldn't you rush the project, Quentin?
Because it takes for you as the artist to pray. Is it this time to release it? It's just so much that's involved into it. I actually have a couple of songs that's already complete. However, I don't feel you have to love the song in order for the people to love the song. Yeah. If you don't love the song, how can you expect somebody else to love the song? Because if it's something that you love, you're going to put your all into it.
That's fair.
If it's something that you don't love, then it's going to be like, okay, I'm ready just to get this done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you never want to rush something that you're not going to put your heart and soul into it right away. And going through my mom's situation, you know, I just knew, like, right now, I went in a good headspace. Now I'm in a great headspace, you know. So I'm ready, man, to finish hitting the ground rolling, man. And I'm excited about my future.
Sounds good. When you look back over your life, your accomplishments, some of your struggles that you overcame, what are you most impressed with about Quentin Pope?
Growth. Wow. I can honestly say for me, man, a lot of people probably don't think so, man, but I used to beat myself up because I used to be like, you know, I'm not like this person. I don't find myself as, you know, good as this person, or I don't sound like this person. Yeah. But then I have to understand that there's an audience for every sound.
That's it.
Everybody can't be a Marvin Sapp. Everybody can't be a Ty Tribbett. Everybody can't be a Tasha Cobbs or a Kiki Shear. Everybody has their own sound.
That's it.
You have to develop your own sound of what the people want to hear.
I love it. I love it. That's a really great answer and perspective. You know, it's like, and even with my organization, Manny Horn Associates, I've had to really solidify over the past few months what my sound is, in a sense, you know. So it's just like really being able to understand that, hey, there's other business consulting companies that do it one way. I'm gonna do it like this. We're still going to reach people the way they're supposed to be reached. But at the end of the day, like you probably have figured out, I don't need to touch everybody.
Absolutely, and you can't. You cannot, because here's the thing: as an artist, everybody is not going to like your music.
That's it, and that's something to accept.
You have to accept it.
Yep.
And you're not ready for success if you're worried about being talked about. You're not, because people are going to talk about you.
Yep. Yep.
You're not ready for success if you're not ready to be talked about.
I love that. And to that point, some of the talk is not necessarily they're trying to destroy you or put you down. They just simply don't like you, don't vibe well with you. They're not necessarily speaking negatively about you. They just like to your point, they just don't like your sound.
I mean, it could be either they don't like your sound, or it could be it's something that you possess that they don't have.
Yeah, it's true.
It's something that they want. So it could be, hey, you know what? Why not? You know, why not come against this person?
Yeah.
Because this is something that I want.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, when you sit down with your enemy, majority of the times it's about something that they could just be just as jealous of. You know.
That's it.
Jealous.
You're right.
And if you're humble, a lot of people they get jealous, and you just be like, I never would have known.
Yeah, that's
it could just be
point.
based off you carrying yourself, man. And even to touch on that, you have to carry yourself in a well-mannered way, because you never know who's watching. You don't know if there's kids looking up to you or anything of that sort like that.
That's excellent point. All right, now Quentin, how can they find you on social media, email, website? How can they get in touch with you?
So my Facebook, Quentin Pope Jordan. Again, that's Quentin Pope Jordan on Facebook, and IG is Quentin_Pope_Jordan on Instagram.
I love it. Well, Quentin, thank you so much for your time today, bro. It's been an excellent interview. You shared so much and given so much insight. I appreciate your time.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, you guys be blessed.